Happy Monday. Middle of July, July the 15th, Hebrews chapter 11, verses 1 to 12. And I just have to say I'm glad we finally got here. Now faith is the reality of what is hoped for, the proof of what is not seen. For by this our ancestors were approved. By faith we understand that the universe was created by the word of God, so that what is seen was made from things that are not visible. By faith Abel offered to God a better sacrifice than Cain did. By faith he was approved as a righteous man because God approved his gifts, and even though he is dead, he still speaks through his faith. By faith Enoch was taken away. So he did not experience death. He was not to be found because God took him away. For before he was taken away, he was approved as one who pleased God. Now, without faith, it's impossible to please God, since the one who draws near to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who seek him. And by faith, Noah, after he was warned about what was not yet seen and motivated by godly fear, he built an ark to deliver his family. By faith he condemned the world and became an heir of the righteousness that comes by faith. Well, by faith Abraham, when he was called, obeyed and set out for a place that he was going to receive as an inheritance. He went out, even though he did not know where he was going. By faith he stayed as a foreigner in the land of promise, living in tents as did Isaac and Jacob, co-heirs of the same promise. For he was looking forward to the city that has foundations, whose architect and builder is God. By faith even Sarah herself, when she was unable to have children, received power to conceive offspring, even though she was past the age, since she considered that the one who had promised was faithful. Therefore, from one man, in fact, from one as good as dead, came offspring as numerous as the stars of the sky and as innumerable as the grains of sand along the seashore. The faithful. This chapter relates to us historically those who were faithful, who lived by faith, as examples of faithfulness to us. We have spent the last 6 months considering the work of God from creation to completion. The Old Testament points us to Jesus as the fulfillment of God's plan and progression of redemption. We see the covenants of God being presented to individuals and people that make a way for those people to have a relationship with their Creator. You see, we understand that in those covenants there is a work of God being done, and yet we also see an expectation of the people who are the target of those covenants. The people must believe. The people must trust God. They must follow and obey God. God does not change. God has not changed. God made promises and kept his promises, but the people left their promises and commitments behind. As we've considered the promises of God and the work of God, we can see the plan of God in history. In the chapters left in the book of Hebrews, we get to see how God's promises have worked themselves out in the lives of God's people. Chapter 11 is often referred to as the Faith Hall of Fame. So let's take a look at it. Woo! We'll see you tomorrow.